Hey, it's Connor from Advanced Archery. Just got a couple different release aids to run through anchor position and then also peep height on a bow. So we'll start out with an index trigger release, generally the one we see most commonly, and then also a hinge release here, which applies to any handheld. And then I've got this one here, which is a can't fire release that we can use for drawing a bow back without an arrow in the shop here, just so we can show you positioning and the peep. First off, I'll start using this here, which is our release trainer tool. Really good for practicing at home. Great if you're watching TV, you can just work on your shot execution without having to actually shoot the bow. So a really good tool for getting some of those reps in when you're sitting around without much else going on. So I'll put this B3 Hawk on. One really good feature on these wrist strap releases is being able to change the length of the strap here to fit and get into the right position. So with the release trainer here, which I've already got preset at my draw length, I'm just going to hook that onto the loop, bring it back, get my body into the right position, which is arm held is at your side, straight up, and then this is just going to come in to your anchor point. And with the index trigger release, that knuckle there underneath your ear and behind your jaw is a really solid position to come back to. Very easy to find, and it's very consistent. If you're in front of the jaw, it's easy to be kind of here, and it all feels kind of similar, whereas back and behind there, it's two very solid points to find. So coming back into that position there with the front arm in that relaxed position, shoulders down, and standing up nice and straight. We don't want to end up like leaning back where now it seems like it's too short, or really forward where now we're kind of out of position again. So up nice and straight into that anchor position, and then I like big hook on the trigger, and then we can slowly just push and pull and execute a nice clean release. So that's how to get a good anchor position with that style of release. I'll quickly jump over onto the handheld to show you, and then we'll jump onto the bow and kind of show you what it looks like there, and also with getting the peep in the right position. But the handheld is fairly similar. Slight differences, instead of your hand kind of vertical, it's more on an angle, and you get these knuckles in behind your jaw, and then generally your jawline is going to run in between the two fingers, your index and your middle finger, that there, so it's nice up against your face. So same thing, and hand in the same position into that anchor with the knuckles behind the jawline between the fingers, and then now that's nice and solid anchor point, and that's really easy to keep repeating. And then same thing with that one, good to practice the execution of the release. And then we've also got this here, which is a release that you can't fire, which is just good for us for drawing the bow back without worrying about it going off. So we'll flick that on there and grab this bow that I've prepared earlier. Cool, so we're going to do the same thing with the bow. We're going to hook onto the loop, set our front position, draw back into our anchor point, and now we've got that arm in that nice relaxed position at the front, shoulders down into there, and then nose on the string. So now for me that peep is too low, so ideally we'd move the peep up to fit me rather than me trying to make it work. If I dip my head down, I can see through the peep now, but now I've got my nose coming down in front of the string, and it's really easy to put side contact into it. And we also want to make sure we're up nice and straight and we're not leaning back, where if we lean back then things start to get a bit harder to get in position, and same with forward. If you're too far forward, you're not quite as stable. So we want up nice and straight, and then we want that peep to fit. So with this trio peep, we can slide it up and down, and it's always going to come back where we can see through it. So we can move the tie up, slide the peep up a bit, bring the bottom tie back up with it. Then we can hook back on, same thing, building our position, drawing back into the anchor point, nose on the string, and now that peep just lines up perfectly with that sight for me. So we've got that knuckle in there, nose is on the string, minimal contact, and the peep's lined up perfectly. So that's how we want to set it. If we go too far up, same thing, we just want to slide it back down. If it is too far up, often it's quite hard to get your nose on the string and hold your anchor point. So normally if it's too high, people end up lifting their head up to see through it. and now we don't have that stability with the nose contact. So that's how we want to set our peep, so that it's so we can see through it when we get back to full draw without having to really fight to make it work. The peep should be working for us, not us working to get it. So yeah, that's how we want to set our anchor point and set the peep up.